All right, hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, How to Trade Like the Pros. My name is Jerry D'Ambrosio. Hope everybody's doing well. I do want to do just a quick sound check just to make sure everybody can hear me okay. I want to welcome everybody joining us via YouTube. So if you guys don't mind, no matter what technology you're using, just chime in your chat box. Let me know that you can hear me okay. David says loud and clear. Awesome. Welcome, David. Pretty nice turnout here. I want to welcome everybody. Glad you guys can join me here today. Everybody's saying sound is good, loud and clear. Paul says fine. Rose says fine. Awesome. All right, so a couple of things I'd like for you guys to do for me first. Number one, grab a pen and a piece of paper. You might want to take some notes. I will ask you guys to write a few things down later. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, of course, something to drink. Number two, get rid of any distractions. This is the tough part, especially if you're working from home or watching from home. And then finally, get ready to learn. You guys are here to better yourselves as traders. I really commend you for that. Taking, no more than an hour. We'll be together for about an hour, but really want to applaud you guys for just wanting to make some money in the stock market. That's why you guys are here. So a couple of things that you're going to learn here today. Number one, we're going to go through 5 common principles professional traders follow. Number two, I'm going to teach you an extremely easy and effective short-term trading strategy. And I want to emphasize short-term. We're looking about an average holding period of anywhere between 2 to 5 days or so. So it is a very short-term trading system. Very easy though, not too complicated. By the end of today's webinar, you will absolutely understand how to trade this technique. Very, very straightforward. And then finally, how to quickly and easily identify the best trades. We've got a lot to cover today. I really want you guys to stick with me to the end. I said, again, we'll be together for about an hour. So what are we, 4:30, about 20 after 5. Somebody remind me at that time to give you guys a copy of the slides. If you stay with me to the end, of course, just somebody remind me, say, at about 5:20, Jerry, don't forget the slides. And what I'll do is I'll put a copy of them in the handout section of your GoToMeeting control panel. Okay? All right. Again, my name is Jerry D'Ambrosio. I'm the manager of educational content here at VectorVest. This is our education team, fantastic education department. And I'm just one of, a number of really fantastic instructors whose number one goal every single day is to help you folks make money in the stock market. What we've really evolved into as an education team is, or our instructors who will teach different trading and investing techniques. When I first started with VectorVest like 16 years ago, that wasn't the case. Our education team focused solely on the VectorVest program. What does this feature do? What does this tool do? Where do you click here? And that's pretty much the extent of our education, our training back then, but we've really evolved into a much more well-rounded team where we're teaching you option trades and short-term trading techniques, investment strategies, things like that, retirement-minded approaches, really, really helping every investor out there. And that's what we're going to do today. We are going to focus on a short-term trading technique that is suitable for your swing trading portfolio. Yes, Michael, this is being recorded and you will get a recording later on this evening. So let me say that again. This is for your swing trading portfolio. Okay? What we're going to talk about here first is what makes a pro a pro. What makes a professional trader a professional trader? Why are these guys and gals the best? What are the qualities that separates these men and women from the average retail investor? So this segment here is all about getting your mind right, putting you in the right mindset, because this isn't your retirement approach. This isn't your buy and hold approach. This isn't really a technique that you would really pay any attention to fundamental valuation. This is for the capital that you have set aside to trade a little bit more actively, using technical analysis as the basis for your stock selection, both selection and exit strategies. Okay? So number one, excuse me, is a professional trader is realistic. They know that there's no magic pill that they're going to take that will make them better traders overnight. Success in this industry, and really any industry, comes with time and effort. If you ask anyone who's ever gotten to the top of their fields, whether it be, I don't know, a CEO of a company or a construction site manager or a professional athlete, doesn't matter. They'll tell you that it took hard work. It didn't happen overnight. So, same goes for trading and investing. There's skill involved. There is knowledge needed in how to maneuver the markets, how to successfully manage portfolios, and that comes with time. It's not going to happen overnight. So that's one of the things that separates, pros from everybody else is they don't expect to get rich overnight. Some of us sometimes do. Okay. Next is that they control their emotions. They don't allow losing trades to affect them. This is the hard part, I know. This is easier said than done. Pros don't think of the money first. They focus on doing the right things and making the right trades, and they know if they do that, the money will come. And one of the reasons they feel this way is because they place trades based on facts and data rather than a gut feeling. And we've all been there. We've all placed a trade or two because we just knew it was going to go up, right? We had a feeling. Pros don't think that way. They look solely at the information in front of them to make decisions. There's no gut feelings or emotional decisions. It's based solely on facts, data, and indicators. Next is they're prepared. They know exactly when they're going to get out of a trade even before getting in. Can you say that? Can you honestly say that every trade that you placed, swing trade, that you know exactly when you're going to get out of it, whether it be at a loss or at a profit, before getting in? And the reason why they know this is because they've examined and tested different techniques to figure out which one is best. And lastly, and most importantly, I think professional traders are disciplined. They stay sharp and focused when things are going well, and resilient when they're not. So they have a plan and they stick to it. Okay? Now, what happens if you continue to struggle with some of these things? Letting emotions, take control of your decision making, not having a plan, not knowing when you're going to exit before getting in, right? What if you continue to struggle with some of these things? And I'm sure that, there's some of you out there that do struggle with one or more of those things. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to go broke. Now, I don't mean you're going to be unemployed on the streets, but you won't be playing this game too much longer. Losses will just keep building up and building up. You're going to wind up broke with no more money to invest. Okay? If done the right way, if you start to correct those issues, you'll know exactly what you're doing no matter the situation. So just think about the confidence that you'll have. And once you start to develop better habits, you will start to see more consistent gains. There's a big mistake, though, that traders make when first starting to implement short-term trading systems. They follow unproven, complicated strategies. They think that they need to use 5 different technical indicators and 3 different types of moving averages, for example, to help identify entries and exits. I never could understand this. For some reason, new traders who are just starting out trading this way, they find value in complexity. The more indicators on the chart, the better the system must be, is what they'll think. Well, it's sometimes the total opposite. It's going to lead to confusion, frustration. You're going to get either redundant signals or mixed signals. One indicator might be telling you one thing, the other indicator might be telling you another thing. What I want to show you today is what's called the RSI-2 trading system. It was developed by Larry Connors. You may have heard of Larry Connors. Larry Connors is an author. He's a trader. He has over 30 years in the financial markets industry. This strategy focuses on stocks that are in long-term uptrends but are experiencing short-term corrections. I know that's rather vague, a little ambiguous, right? But he defines both of those situations. And what I love about the system is that it's so simple. It doesn't use 7 different indicators. It uses 3. A 200-day simple moving average to identify the long-term trend, and a 5-day simple moving average and a 2-period relative strength index for the short-term correction. All right, let me show you how this strategy works. Here we're looking at Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble from November of 2018 all the way to current. Don't worry about the time frame here. All right, I'll explain why I went back so far in a moment. All right. No, I'm sorry. This is from November 2018 to November of 2019. Overall, during this time period, this is a great stock, right? Price goes from bottom left to upper right, stays above the 200-day moving average the entire time. So during this time frame here, price stayed above the 200-day moving average. But from time to time, price falls below the 5-day simple moving average. Long-term uptrend, short-term correction. That's how he defines those two situations. Now, there is another piece to this trading system, right? It's called the RSI2. So relative strength index is the third indicator used for this setup. Relative strength indicator is the indicator in green. RSI, relative strength index, scaled from 0 to 100, with the industry standard look-back period is 14. We are looking at a daily price chart here, not intraday, not weekly. So it's a 14-day look-back period with the lower extreme oversold level of 30 and the upper extreme overbought level at 70. And you can plot this on any chart over time, showing the RSI movement, any chart, any stock, any time frame. Using the industry standard settings, though, of 14 period, a 14-day, you can see that the 14-day RSI went below 30 only once during this time period. Now, the chart we were looking at before, follow my cursor, was from here, November of 18 to November of 19, and notice there wasn't one time where the 14-period RSI dipped below 30. There was here. I had to open up the chart a little bit, so there was one opportunity here, great buying opportunity, don't get me wrong. But using the industry standard settings, Larry Connor's probably thought, man, I mean, industry standard settings isn't going to work. It doesn't produce the signals, the number of signals that I want. So what he did is he sped up the indicator. He changed the look back period to 2. So it's a 2-day RSI. And when he did that, he also lowered his extreme or the extreme oversold level from 30 to 10. You might be asking yourselves or about to ask me, why a 2-period RSI? Why the level of 10? Why a 200-day moving average? And the only answer that I can give you is it probably worked the best. I'm sure he tried a 4-period RSI, a 6-period RSI, an 8-period RSI, maybe played around with the extreme levels. That's why, I mean, that's what makes a pro, right? They test different combinations to figure out which one is best. So, you know, and I'm also, I'm also speculating, but, you know, think about it from a 30,000-foot view. What type of stock is this? What are we looking for? We're looking for a stock in a long-term uptrend, but experiencing a short-term correction. I'm sure that's how he went into developing this system. That's what he wanted to find. That's the situation that he wanted to find. He wanted to buy the dips within a long-term uptrend. And he landed on a 200-day moving average to identify that the stock is in a long-term uptrend, and a very short-term moving average, simple moving average, a 5-day, and that 2-period RSI to nail the pullback, to nail the short-term correction. So here's your setup, okay? Here's your trade. Price of the stock above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day moving average, and, not or, and the 2-period RSI below 10. Price above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day moving average and the 2-period RSI below 10. There's your setup. All right, let's take a look at what this trading plan looks like written down. We're going to look at more chart examples in a moment, but let's take a look at what it looks like written down. Here are the entry rules. I just went over them. We buy only when the stock is above the 200-day simple moving average and below the 5-day simple moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. And we are entering near the close of the day. When I trade this system, I'm trading it at about 3:55 p.m. Eastern time. Only if all three of those rules are true. Okay? And I'm putting in a market order. I'm using a market order. I don't mess around with limit orders. There's a chance I might not get filled. I'll just put a market order in at 3:55, 3:56, get filled right before the close of the day, and I'm in the trade. Okay? Here's our exit criteria. Notice it says exit criteria. It doesn't say stop loss, or it doesn't say profit target. It's an exit criteria. We are going to exit no matter what when price goes above the 5-day simple moving average, and we are exiting near the close of that day, whenever that day is. So we are entering when its price is below the 5-day moving average. We are exiting when it's above it, and we're exiting when it's about to close above the 5-day simple moving average. Okay, so here we're looking at July 23rd, 2019. Again, I'll explain why I went back this far in a little bit, but I'm going to show you some setups here, some examples. Now, I've zoomed in to this time frame here, and notice that we don't see that purple line anymore, right? We don't see the 200-day moving average. Just know that every example that I'm about to show you, price is above the 200-day moving average. We saw that from the long-term chart, but again, when you zoom in here close, we lose that line. We don't see it. So on July 23rd, 2019, the price of the stock is above the 200-day moving average, but it closed below the 5-day moving average, and the 2-period RSI was below 10. How do I know that the price closed below the 5-day and didn't close above the 5-day? Well, this is a filled candle. This is a solid candle. So I know that the price closed at the bottom of the body and opened at the top of the body. On this day, price actually opened above the 5-day moving average but closed below it. These are unfilled candles. So I know that the close was at the top of the body and the open was at the bottom of the body. So on July 23rd, 2019, we are to buy near the close of the session, and for the purposes of the examples that I'm going to show you here, we buy at about a 113.85. Now, I don't know what the price of Procter & Gamble was on July 23rd of 2019 at 3:57 p.m. Eastern time. I don't have that information. I don't have that data. I do know where it closed at. So again, for the purposes here, I'm going to use the closing price. 113.85 is our entry, give or take a few cents. We sell 1, 2, 3 days later at $114.73. Price of the stock opened below the 5-day moving average, crossed above it during the day, but just because it crosses above it during the day, we don't exit. We wait for the stock to close above the 5-day moving average, and then we exit. So that is a winning trade. So I asked you guys earlier to take out a pen and a piece of paper. What I want someone to do is tally wins and losses, winning trades, losing trades. Okay, that's a winning trade. Don't worry about how much money we're making yet. I'll put a performance on this in a moment. We're going to focus first on what's your hit rate. What is your percentage of winning trades? Okay, so that's a win. That's a tally mark in the win column. The very next day, we have another RSI2 setup, don't we? Price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, but it closed below the 5-day moving average and the 2-period RSI below 10. I'm not saying that if you bought the stock the day before that you should buy more of it the next day. What I'm saying is, and what I'm doing is I'm showing you every single RSI2 setup for this stock. I'm not skipping over setups. I'm not cherry picking any setups. I'm just going to go from left to right here. If you didn't buy the stock the day before, for whatever reason, maybe you didn't have any buying power left, or you weren't watching the market that day, or whatever reason, But you had another opportunity. Again, opportunities here, setups. No matter which setup you take, what's the likelihood, what's the percentage likelihood that you are going to have a winning trade? So if we bought on this day at 113.15, we sell a couple of days later at 114.73. That's another winning trade. Okay, put another tally mark in the win column. The very next setup after July 24th of 19 was on August 5th of 19. The very next one. Price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average. So it's still in a long-term uptrend, but it's experiencing a short-term correction. And he defines that as price being below the 5-day simple moving average and the 2-period RSI below 10. The day before, and really even the day before that, price did close below the 5-period moving average, didn't it? But the 2-period RSI was not below 10 on either of those days, so those were not RSI 2 setups. RSI 2 setup was on August 5th of 2019. If we buy near the close of that session at, give or take a few cents, 113.08, we sell 2 days later at 115.52. Price of the stock opened below the 5-day simple moving average, but closed above it, so we are going to put a market order in as close to the close as possible and move on. Take our gain off the table. Again, don't worry about or focus on how much money we're making. Let's pay attention here to the hit rate, the percentage of winning trades. Now, we had to wait another month for the next RSI 2 setup. Okay? On September 10th of 2019, price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, but it's fallen below the 5-period moving average and the 2-period RSI below 10. If we take that setup, if we take that trade and we buy it at 119.88, we sell 2 days later, quick little gain there, 122.77. Price of the stock closed above the 5-day moving average, so we put a market order in near the close of the session and we're out. We had to wait almost another month now for another setup. Okay? October 2nd of 2019, price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, but closed below the 5-day moving average and the 2-period RSI below 10. We buy near the close of that session at about 121.08, and we sell 2 days later. That's a nice gain. 124 is where the stock price closed. This was another situation where the stock opened below the 5-day moving average, but crossed above it during the day and closed way above it, well above that 5-day moving average. Okay, that's another win. Anybody keeping track here? That's another win. October 14th, 2019 was another setup. Price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. We did not take the trade the day before. We did not take the trade the day before that, or the day before that, or the day before that, even though price closed below the 5-day moving average on all 4 of those days, because the 2-period RSI was not below 10. Okay? So if we buy here at $120.05, give or take a few cents, we sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days later at 119.08. Well, that is a losing trade, isn't it? So put a tally mark in the loss column. That is a losing trade. So earlier I said, don't think of the exit criteria as a stop loss. It's not a stop loss. It's an exit criteria. No matter what happens after you enter the trade, you are always going to exit when price closes above that 5-day moving average. Whether that results in a winning trade or a losing trade, so be it. It doesn't matter. That's the exit criteria. Okay? The very next day, though, we had another setup. Again, I'm going to show you every single one here. If you didn't buy it the day before, you had an opportunity on October 15th of 2019. And if we buy at 117.20, we sell at 119.08. That's a winning trade. And 2 days later is another winning trade. We buy at 116.63, we sell at 119.08. That's a winner. So you're going to put another tally mark in the win column. Now, we didn't take the trade the day before, even though price close below the 5-period moving average because the ever important, always important RSI, 2-period RSI was not below 10 on that day. Okay? How many winning trades was that and how many losing trades was that? Anybody keep track? All right, I'll answer that. 7 winners and 1 loser. There were 8 setups that I showed you. 7 winners and 1 loser. That's a pretty good winning percentage. Out of 8 trades, you win 7, you lose 1. Earlier I said I'll explain why I went all the way back to November of 2008. Well, here's why. I showed you 8 setups during the kind of the summer, fall months of 2019. You know, just randomly cherry pick those setups because the 3 criteria were met, right? Price was above the 200-day moving average, but fell below the 5-day moving average, 2-period RSI below 10. I showed you 8 consecutive RSI 2 setups. Not a very large sample size, so I decided to go all the way back to November of 18 and bring that same research, that same demonstration, those same examples, right? Those same setups all the way to current. And from November of 18 all the way to current, there were 38 RSI 2 setups total, and 8 of which I showed you, right? During this time period. Yeah, Dana says, Jerry, I love the mechanical nature of this trading method. If I see this, I do this. Yeah, I told you guys it was so simple. Very, very simple. You know, so let me say this before I continue. Any question that you guys have regarding or you know, kind of centering around, well, what if I did this? What if you, instead of this, what if I did this? Those questions come up. Every webinar I do, everything I teach, there's always a question, what if I did it this way? Or what if we changed this? I don't know what would happen if you changed anything here. This is how a very successful professional trader set up the system. So I'm going to follow it that way. I'm not going to ask questions. I am not going to try to change it and you know, tweak it in any way. If this happens, you do this. Very, very straightforward. So from November of 18 to current, there were a total of 38 RSI 2 setups. Okay? 32 winning trades and 6 losing trades. That's an 84% winning trade percentage. One of those 6 losers I showed you. And 7 of the 32 I also showed you. There were 38 total. 32 winning trades, 6 losing trades. That's an 84% winning trade percentage. We're going on almost 3 years here. 3 years of setups on one stock produced 84% winning trades. That's very, very good. Very, very good. What I decided to do a couple of days ago, because I get the argument that a few of you guys are having or about to ask, well, that's just one stock. You cherry picked that stock, and I did, and you wouldn't be wrong. I cherry picked a stock whose price was above the 200-day moving average, but fell below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. I wouldn't have picked a stock, nor would I ever trade a stock that is below the 200-day moving average. It's just not a candidate, right? So we're looking for stocks that are in long-term uptrends that are pulling back. What I decided to do as of July 6th of 2021 is I went into the S&P 500 watch list within the VectorVest program, and I sorted that watch list by Comfort Index. Comfort Index is a VectorVest proprietary indicator that measures a stock's ability to withstand long or lengthy pullbacks. Follow my cursor. High CI stocks do this. They go from bottom left to upper right. Sure, they'll pull back a little bit, but they're very resilient to those pullbacks, and they exhibit price growth persistence over time. Okay, so the top 5 CI stocks, and when I'm saying top 5, I mean CIs with a 1.9, 1.8 rating, were LB, CZR, GNRC, SIVB, and DFS. They're actually still the same top 5. Okay, same top 5. Over the course of the last 1 year, across all 5 stocks, there were 65 RSI2 setups. Not 65 each stock, 65 across all 5. Okay. Vic, earlier I said don't focus so much on the money value of the trades. I'm going to get there. What I wanted you to focus on first was the percentage of winners that we're seeing here. I'll get to a portfolio of performance in a moment. Okay. There were 65 RSI2 setups over the last 1 year with 52 winning trades and 13 losing trades. That's an 80% winning trade percentage. 80% winning trades on the top 5 CI stocks in the S&P 500 using the RSI2 system. This research here is not cherry picking, by the way. When you take a list of stocks and rank them according to a certain indicator, like I did with CI, and literally take the top 5, that's not a cherry picking strategy. That is a force analysis. Okay. Force ranked analysis. 80% went pretty good. I'll take 80% on a basket of 5 stocks all day. All right. What we're looking at here is a long-term portfolio that centers around the same RSI2 system, stock selection system that I taught you. This portfolio bought stocks that met in the S&P 500 that met the RSI2 criteria, took the top 5 ranked by CI. The difference is the exit criteria. Now, within the VectorVest program, we don't have a way, unfortunately, just yet to close a position in an automated manner when price goes above the 5-day moving average. We don't have a way to do that. So in this portfolio, I had to tweak the exit criteria a little bit. But it still uses the same stock selection criteria. Price above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day moving average, and the 2-period RSI below 10. Buying on the close. Same technique process that I just taught you. Again, the exit criteria is slightly different. This portfolio from February 8th of 2010 all the way to current is up 616%, 54% annualized, okay, with 93% winning trades. It's not a typo. 217 winning trades and 16 losing trades over the course of the last 11 and a half years. The market, the VectorVest composite. So we want to know, okay, well, what did the market do? Did I outperform the market? Did I underperform the market? The VectorVest composite over the same time period tripled in value. The VVC went up 200%. Needless to say, we outperformed the market quite a bit. We turned $100,000 here into $715,000 over the last 11 years. 616% gain. Vic is asking, in your list, they're almost all over $140 up to $540. Sure, if that's the case, I'm not quite sure, but the price of the stock doesn't really matter here. Okay. Dana says, wow, Jerry, this may be one of the most valuable trading methods VB has ever taught. Vic says, hard to play at that rate. The price of the stock doesn't matter, guys. Price of the stock doesn't matter. It's percentage of winners. It's the 616% gain is on $400 or $500 stocks. That's the cumulative gain over the last 11 years, no matter what the price of the stock was when we bought it. The trading system was up 616%. Okay. A lot of you guys are saying, wow, this is fantastic. But you're probably wondering or thinking, I don't have time to look at all these charts. if I'm supposed to enter near the close, exit near the close with this system, I'd have to spend a lot of time, right? You're probably thinking, I got to spend a lot of time looking to find a handful of candidates, right? No. What I'm about to tell you eliminates all of that time. No matter what we teach you here, we want you to be able to do it faster, smarter, and better. A couple of questions are coming. I just want to answer. Lorraine says, so because you're coming in and out of the trade, you're using the same principal amount over and over. No, you just keep, you reinvest the average portfolio value. You're not using the same principal amount. You're reinvesting your profits into the next trade. Okay? I'm going to take a few guesses as to why you guys are here today. You heard that this trading system, this webinar was called How to Trade Like the Pros, right? So you probably thought that I was going to teach you something about how professional traders trade. So you want to learn from the best. I mean, anytime you listen to a webinar, I mean, you want to take something away from the, from the content, right? From the instructor. So you want to learn from the best. You want to take emotion out of your trading. This might be what's holding some of you back. Getting frustrated over a cluster of losing trades, having snowball that, just because you're letting emotions dictate what you do from that point. This is really, really important, guys. This is an important part of trading, not trading emotionally, following a very systematic approach. The system that I taught you doesn't allow, I say it doesn't allow for emotions to creep in, but they'll creep in. But if you just follow the system, there are rules in place for a reason, okay? You also are here because you want more confidence, okay? Confidence is a big part of trading, right? I always kind of use the professional athlete analogy. Really, the baseball player or the baseball hitter is really what comes to mind. Baseball hitters, they get into slumps. They go through periods where they don't hit very well, right? Why is that? Well, sometimes it's mechanics. Other times it's just confidence, right? The good ones bounce back. They regain their confidence, and then they go on a nice streak. But confidence in this game is really important, okay? So maybe you're not where you want to be in your trading and investing journey. So the obvious question that you're asking is, all right, how can I get started doing stuff like this? How can I take my trading to the next level? Okay, you have a choice. You can do it by yourself, take bits and pieces of what I taught you today, or we can give you all of the answers, every single one of them. So that's why we put together a 6-session webcast series where we teach you techniques from 3 of the very best professional traders in the industry. Larry Connors is one of them. You'll learn top trading techniques of the pros and how to quickly and easily identify the best trades. I hope you saw that if you learn to implement strategies like the one I showed you today, you'll get there. You'll achieve the success that you're looking for. Now this is Hugh. Hugh is a graduate of our Trade Like a Pro course, and he sent me an email not too long after the course was over. He said, I'm a retired financial services executive, so I had to unlearn what the quote street teaches to start making money. Before taking the Trade Like a Pro course, I found it was difficult to stick with a system since there were too many variables. I never could achieve the short-term trading success I sought. He also said that he was, a successful investor. He had no problem, with his retirement portfolio or his long-term core holdings portfolio. It was the short-term trading portfolio that he was struggling with. After taking the course, I began to see results right away. I now have a successful approach, and I am much more disciplined with my trading. So let's go through, guys, the modules. This is our agenda for the course of the 6 weeks. All 6 modules that I'm about to go through here are pre-recorded. When you register for the course, you can watch them all at once. You don't have to wait, each week for a new one to be released. In module number 1, we get you in the correct mindset. We talk more about how the pros think. We talk about risk management, order entry, position sizing, everything that's all that kind of foundational work that's needed before you start to get into, trading techniques. Then in Module 2, I love this module because I'm big on candlestick reversal patterns. I trade them myself. So in Module 2, we teach you a few different bullish and bearish candlestick reversal patterns. With these systems, with these patterns, they have their own baked in, predetermined confirmation levels and stop loss levels. There's no wondering when you're recognizing these patterns and trading these patterns, when do I get in, when do I get out? It's very, very precise. Module 3, we teach you the different types of market environments that you'll experience. Trending markets, channeling markets, extreme markets, extremely oversold situations. We teach you how to recognize those situations, and then we'll teach you the indicator to use in each of those 3 different types of market environments. Then in Module 4, we get into our first professionals technique. Steve Chappell, who is your other instructor, is myself and Steve. Steve comes in and teaches you a system called the Holy Grail for both bullish and bearish setups. This system was created by Linda Bradford Ratchke. She's a professional trader. She's an author. She's actually done a lot of work with Larry Connors as well. This system is a shorter term trading system. You're in the trade a couple days, maybe a few weeks, just depending on if your exit criteria has been met, and it's in there. The exit criteria is already baked in. Module number 5, 50-50 strategy and 80 excellence. These are 2 systems developed by Charles Schaap. I will teach you both of these. I like the 50-50, one of my favorites, because it's a little bit more intermediate term where you may be holding on to a stock for weeks to months, depending on if your stop criteria, if your exit criteria has been met. And then module number 6, in my opinion, the highlight of the course, will do more on the RSI-2 trading system, and another system that I'll teach you called the RSI-25 strategy, which Larry Connors developed, which is for ETFs only. Bullish and bearish ETFs. Doesn't matter what the ETF tracks. Could be gold, could be oil, doesn't matter. Okay? Here's a special bonus. Now let's talk about all the bonuses that you get. Those were 6 pre-recorded modules. The first bonus you get will be 1 year access to this course, Master the Art of Candlestick Analysis. This is a 6-session self-study course valued at $995, but we're going to give you 1 year access to it in the VectorVest University. We touch on candlestick reversal patterns in Module 2 of the Trade Like a Pro course. We have a whole 6-week course devoted to candlestick reversal signals. All right. And again, this is given to you free for the Trade Like a Pro course. Here are some more bonuses. So I mentioned that the modules are pre-recorded, the Trade Like a Pro modules. We will be doing 6 live mastery support sessions, and I'll go over the dates in a moment. These are designed to help you actually implement what you learned in the module. We'll take a look at the things you're doing, questions you have. We'll guide you through the entire process. Steve and I will be giving you guys homework assignments after each module, and we'll go over the homework assignments here at the mastery sessions. Okay, the content of the module, the examples that are in the modules are historical examples. You know, it could be going back as far as 2019, 2020. It doesn't matter that those examples are historical. The examples are there to teach you what the chart should look like, how to trade the setup. It doesn't matter if it was 1990 or 2009. It doesn't matter. It's visually, what does the setup look like? What do you need to recognize? What are the things that you have to put in place to recognize a setup? We teach you that technique using historical examples. In these live mastery support sessions, we look at the real market on that day. So for example, in Module 4, for example, right, we teach you the Holy Grail. In Module 4's mastery session, we will go into the market on that day and look for current Holy Grail setups. How are you going to know what a current Holy Grail setup looks like? Because of the examples that we showed you in the module historically. That's what they looked like historically. That's what they should look like in the real market. So that's what we'll do in these live mastery support sessions. If you don't already have access to our VectorVest RealTime program, which is called VectorVest Premium, it's our real-time data feed. Okay, we're going to give it to you free. This includes all the tools that we use during the course. So again, if you have VectorVest end of day or VectorVest intraday, we're going to give you 60 days access to the VectorVest Premium real-time package. If you already have Premium, then you already have it. You know what a great product it is. So this is only, and when you first signed up for it, you likely took out a trial to it. So you got that experience, and we're trying to get that experience to those who don't have the real-time program. Another bonus, this is a live trading session, okay? This is where we will implement what we've learned over the course of the 6 weeks. I'm going to show you guys how to use the RoboTrader tool to manage your trades, and I take you through everything. I step you through everything from market analysis to trade setup to trade execution to trade management. This is essentially module 7. So, and it's a live bonus session. Okay? This is huge too. Exclusively for workshop attendees, you will receive pre-built searches that make finding your trades a breeze. You were probably thinking, great, all right, they teach us the Holy Grail and the 50-50 and the RSI 2. How on earth am I going to find stocks actually trade? Do I got to cherry pick the whole program to find them? No. The legwork has been done already. I built these scans to quickly and easily identify the best candidates to trade. And the great part about this is they'll be inserted into your program. You don't have to build them yourselves. Okay? As another bonus, you will get this automated trading system. Now, an automated trading system has a lot of variables, right? It has the search used, any filters that are used in that search, the market timing system, how many stocks are traded, whether that portfolio diversifies between industry and sector, do I replace or not replace, what the stop criteria is, all of that. You will get it all. You'll get all those variables that are included in this automated system, which again, over the last 11 years, has produced us 93% winning trades. And not just 93% winning trades with a small overall gain. 616%, that's 54% a year. Okay? You will also get this trading system. This trading system centers around the RSI 25 system that I'll teach you in Module 6, that trades ETFs only, and I'll give you guys a little hint. This trades index ETFs. From November of 2017 all the way to current, this is up 78%. It's actually up about 83%. This was just a snapshot from about a week ago. It's up 83% currently with 95% winning trades. That's not a typo either. 59 winners and 3 losing trades since November of 2017. The VVC has gone up 47% over that same time period. Question is, once the searches are inserted in our program, do the scans remain there permanently? Yes, they do. If this course, like all of our other courses, is 100% money back guaranteed, meaning if at the end of the 6 weeks, 7 weeks, you watch all the modules, you watch all the mastery sessions, you don't have to attend them live if you can't. They'll be recorded and uploaded. If you watch all the mastery sessions, you do all the homework assignments, if you say at the end, I want my money back, 100% money back guarantee. We take the searches away, we take the trading systems away, and the tools required, of course, but we'll give you your money back. So as long as you continue with the course and don't ask for a refund, those scans will be there permanently. Okay? As long, yeah, thank you, Ryan, for that. As long as you have our Pro Trader module. Pro Trader is a technical analysis scanning tool. Remember, it's given to you during the course. We want to make sure you have all the tools that are required for the course during the course for free. But Pro Trader is required at the minimum to have those scans, because again, a lot of those scans are looking at technical indicator crossovers and situations to find the setups. Now, the course is valued at $29.95. The early bird rate is still available for $24.95. But as a thank you guys for being here today, you took time out of your day to join me, I'm going to knock an extra $200 off. So if you order, it says before the end of today's telecast, I'm going to give you guys a little hint. For those of you that aren't joining us live here and are waiting for the recording, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity for the $22.95 rate, only good until this evening. Okay? If you go to www.vectorvest.com, and I'm going to ask Ryan to put that address that you see that down there at the bottom in the chat box, vectorvest.com/TLP. Ryan, just send that to all the entire audience and put that in the chat box. That's where you go to register. $22.95 rate will still be available. So what do you get for $22.95? You get 1 year access to the Master the Art of Candlestick Analysis 6-session webcast series. This is a self-study course, pre-recorded modules, pre-recorded mastery sessions. All the slides are uploaded into the university, valued at $995. You get the 6 live mastery support sessions. Those sessions begin on July 28th, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Those sessions begin at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? And the live trading session, which begins on September 8th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, now again, we start an hour before the market opens because there's a lot of work that needs to be done before the market opens. Okay, there's market analysis. You got to determine whether you're bullish or bearish on the market. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna run the searches. We're gonna look for the best setups. If we do find some good setups, and we may find a few. You're not gonna find 20 stocks across all of the trading systems that we teach you every single day. Okay, you may find a few. The reason for that is we're looking for the ideal setup. Just because the rules are met doesn't make it an ideal setup, and that'll be explained in the modules. What we're looking for are the ideal setups. Okay. So go to www.vectorvest.com/TLP. Okay. If you've registered already or thinking about registering, type in "I'm in" the chat box. I'd love to put a name to a student. We start in a couple of weeks, so I just kind of like to get familiar with some of the students that are going to be in the class. Yeah, I'm going to put the slides right now, guys, in the handout section of your GoToMeeting control panel. So you should see a PDF in there that says TLP slides. It's a copy of them. It's a PDF. You guys should see that now. All right, Vic says, I'm already in. Awesome, Vic. Kurt says, I'm in. Satish says, I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, good. So you guys should see that copy, that TLP slides PDF, right? It's in the handout section of your GoToMeeting control panel. All right, I'm going to stick around, guys, to answer a few more questions here. I want to thank Ryan for being here and answering some of the questions that are coming in. Let me see. No, Malcolm, there is no point to get out. Remember that the 5-day moving average is what you exit. However long that takes is how long it takes. So that is the exit criteria used. And Larry Connors tested this system over a number of different market environments. So what he looked for is consistency across all market environments, and long-term performance, and not wanting to curb fit and change rules during different situations. He wanted to keep the rules the same, and he found that this combination works really well. Okay, so yeah, Dane, I put that slide set in the box in the handout section. Jason says, what is the guarantee again? Sure. Guarantee is it's 100% money back guarantee. If after the course is over and you've watched all the modules, you've watched all the mastery sessions. Again, the mastery sessions are recorded and uploaded into the university. You don't have to attend them live. And you've done all the homework assignments. And we know if you watched the sessions or not. You can't just tell us that you've watched them and you didn't. We know we have ways to track that. So we know if you watch the recordings, and if you do, you watch all of them and you say, you know what, I can't use any of this stuff. I want my money back. We'll give you your money back. We're going to take the searches away and the trading systems away, but we'll give you your money back, no questions asked. So Vic says, your exit is on the close above the 5-day or any time during the day. No, it's at the close. It's at the close, not just at, not 2 p.m., not 2:30, not 3, not 3:30, as close to the close as possible. Okay. Yeah, so Pro Trader, guys, a lot of questions are coming in about Pro Trader. Pro Trader is a one-time lifetime fee, one-time lifetime of $495. After the course is over, though, there may be some discounts there, but it's a one-time lifetime fee. It comes included with the VectorVest Premium program. Okay. No, Kurt. Kurt says, do all the strategies have an 80% win rate? No. Certain strategies vary, but they're all above 50%. All right. That would be great if everyone had a win rate of 80%. No, that's the most efficient one, the RSI2. Okay. All right. And Lorenz says, can I create the RSI2 system in VectorVest Premium? You can, you can create it. But again, that search is very, very exclusive, given to those who do take the course. All right. Yeah, the Holy Grail bearish is a good one too. They're all very good. Holy Grail bullish and bearish are very good system. Uses ADX, uses a 20-day moving average. Very simple as well. None of these techniques are difficult to understand, and they don't use a lot of indicators. Let's see. I think the one that uses 50-50 uses 3, RSI2 uses 3, RSI25 uses 3 indicators. AD Excellence uses 3 indicators as well. So no more than 3 indicators for any of these techniques. All right. Any other questions, guys? My email address is jerryd, Jerry, at VectorVest.com. If you've registered, what I want you to do is I want you to email me your username. Write this down, guys. Write my email address down. jerryd at VectorVest.com. JERRY, as in David, at VectorVest.com. If you are registered, email me your username, and I will insert the I'll insert the searches and the homework assignment watch lists into your program. So Vic, you got that? If you've registered, email me your username, your VectorVest username, and I will insert the searches into your program. Okay? Emmanuel says, how large must your account be to participate? It's what you have, Emmanuel. I can't, there's no number where we say you have to have 50 grand, you have to have 100 grand. You have 20 to 25,000 dedicated to your swing trading portfolio. I think that's a good number. Is 5,000 going to work? I don't know. So if I had to put a number on it, I'd say a minimum of maybe 25 grand. Okay. Yeah, the replay, Douglas, will be sent out later this evening, not too long after we're done here. Kurt says, in the RSI2 system, are there any times you would not trade? With the automated system, no. There are no times where you would not trade. It's fully auto, not using any market timing. So the answer is no with the automated system. However, with the manual process, the manual systems, I look at the MTI. MTI above 1, I'll trade. MTI below 1, I'll go short. I've never done RSI2, John, with options, so I can't speak on that. Never tested it before using options. All right, guys, if you have any more questions, please email me, jerryd at VectorVest.com. Don't forget, go to www.vectorvest.com/TLP to register. We start our first mastery session 2 weeks from tomorrow. On behalf of Steve Chappell, I'm looking forward to this course. This is my favorite course to teach. It's a great course. You guys are going to love it. So we'll see everybody again soon, guys. You guys have a great rest of your week. Take care.